What if repeating a single phrase 100 times could completely transform your financial reality? This might sound too simple to be true, but the key lies in how your mind shapes your experiences. The renowned scientist Jacobo Grimberg studied how our consciousness doesn't merely observe the world, it actively constructs it. Grimberg suggested that the mind is not a passive observer of reality, but rather the architect of the life we experience. The beliefs and thoughts that we hold within our minds create the external circumstances we face. And then there's Neville Goddard, a master of the law of attraction, who taught that transformation doesn't come through hard work or striving. It comes through belief, certainty, and repeated, focused intention. For Goddard, repeating a thought with emotional intensity isn't just a way to reinforce it, it's a way to change reality itself. But what if these two approaches, Grimberg's scientific perspective and Goddard's spiritual insight, could be combined into a simple technique that could completely change your financial reality? No complicated rituals, no external materials, just your voice, conviction, and focus. Sounds too simple to work, right? That's exactly why many overlook this method. But the results are undeniable, and once you experience them, your perception of reality may never be the same again. Let's break it down. Jacobo Grimberg spent years researching the mind and its power to shape our reality. He found that consciousness doesn't just passively receive external information, it creates the world we see around us, constructing it through deeply ingrained mental patterns. According to Grimberg, what we perceive as solid and unchangeable is actually a reflection of what our minds have conditioned us to accept. Now, consider this. What if those limiting beliefs you have about money, about success, or about your own worth aren't set in stone? What if they're simply reflections of outdated mental patterns that you've unknowingly accepted over time? That's where Neville Goddard's teachings come in. He argued that the external world is merely a mirror of the internal world. If we want to change our reality, especially our financial reality, we must change the beliefs that reside in our minds. And this change doesn't happen through struggle or effort. It happens through unwavering certainty, emotional engagement, and intentional repetition. When you combine these two perspectives, Grimberg's scientific exploration of consciousness and Goddard's spiritual teachings, the result is a simple yet incredibly powerful technique, repeating an affirmation 100 times. But it's not just about saying the words, it's about infusing them with emotion and belief, so that your subconscious mind begins to accept them as truth. We often hear the phrase, "Practice makes perfect," but in the world of mental programming, it's more than just practice. It's a process of rewiring the very neural pathways that shape our thoughts and behaviors. Repeating an affirmation 100 times isn't just a mechanical task, it's a powerful exercise that alters the structure of your mind. Grimberg proposed that the mind interacts with an invisible field of information. This field responds to our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions in ways that are still not fully understood by science. But we don't need to understand all the details to tap into its power. What we do know is this. When you repeat a thought, especially one connected to a deep emotional need, like financial abundance, you begin to activate specific neural networks that reinforce that belief. The more you repeat it, the more solid and real it becomes in your mind. The subconscious mind, in turn, takes this new truth and begins to manifest it in the external world. It's not magic, it's science. When you say something with full conviction and feel it with every fiber of your being, you are literally reshaping your mental framework. And when that happens, reality has no choice but to adjust to reflect your new internal configuration. Money is not the only focus. It's about mental transformation. The key to this technique is emotional involvement. Repeating a financial affirmation 100 times isn't just about thinking thoughts mechanically. It's about feeling each word as if it's already true, as though financial abundance is already flowing to you right now. Your subconscious mind doesn't differentiate between reality and imagination. If you repeat something often enough and feel it deeply enough, your mind will accept it as truth. The more emotion you invest in the repetition, the more profound the shift. Now that you understand the power behind repetition and emotional engagement, let's get into the practical application. Over the next 7 nights, choose a quiet, distraction-free time and place to engage in this practice. The key is consistency. Repeating an affirmation 100 times every night will begin to alter your mental landscape and realign it with your financial desires. The affirmation should be simple, positive, and aligned with your goals. For example, you might choose something like, "Money flows to me effortlessly." The affirmation you choose should resonate deeply with you. Don't just keep it to yourself. Write it down in the comments below and let it become a part of your reality. By sharing it, you're taking a powerful step toward manifesting the wealth you deserve. The more you put it out there, the more it becomes real. But here's the catch. This process requires consistent commitment. It's not enough to just say the affirmation once and expect everything to change overnight. You need to repeat it consistently for 7 days straight, 100 times a day. It sounds simple, but the results can be extraordinary. The key is discipline and emotional engagement. This is where most people falter. They don't feel the words deeply enough, or they give up too soon. But if you stay with it and truly internalize the affirmation, you'll start to notice the subtle shifts that lead to big changes. After just 1 week of committing to this practice, you may begin to notice small changes in your life. Maybe you'll receive an unexpected opportunity, or you'll start feeling more confident about your financial future. These are signs that the affirmation is working and that your mind is beginning to align with the abundant reality you're manifesting. Jacobo Grimberg, through his studies, also pointed out that once the mind accepts a new belief, it starts to reshape the outer world to reflect that belief. This isn't just theoretical, it's a practical, scientific principle that has been proven time and time again. The power of repetition, when coupled with emotional engagement, creates a frequency that aligns you with the outcomes you desire. The beauty of this process is that it doesn't require any special tools, rituals, or materials. All it takes is your voice, your belief, and your commitment. This is one of the most powerful techniques for manifesting wealth and abundance, and it's available to anyone who is willing to take action. So, as you begin this practice, remember this. Repetition is not just a mental exercise. It's a way of training your mind to accept a new reality. It's the tool that allows you to break through limiting beliefs and reprogram your thoughts and actions toward wealth. By repeating your affirmation 100 times a day, you're actively reprogramming your subconscious to believe that abundance is not only possible, but inevitable. Now, you might be wondering, how exactly do I know if this is working? The truth is, the results of this technique are often subtle at first. You may not immediately see piles of cash or receive a massive windfall, but the changes begin on a much deeper level. You'll start to notice that your thinking shifts, your mood improves, and even your behavior aligns more with abundance. These shifts are signs that your mind is reprogramming itself, and it's a process that happens gradually. As you continue with your repetitions, you will start to notice the external world responding to your new mental configuration. This can show up in many forms. Perhaps you get an unexpected raise, an opportunity to invest in something profitable, or maybe even a new idea for making money that you hadn't considered before. These aren't mere coincidences. These are the results of your mind aligning with the vibration of abundance. It's important to keep in mind that repetition is not just about changing your thoughts, it's about changing your perception of reality. The more you repeat your wealth affirmation with true conviction, the more your subconscious mind accepts it as truth. This acceptance opens the door to a new way of being, one where abundance is a natural part of your life. This process works because the subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what is real and what's imagined. When you repeat an affirmation like, "I am worthy of unlimited wealth," and you say it with feeling, the subconscious begins to accept that as part of your identity. The key here is to say it with conviction, as though it has already come true. When you repeat the words with absolute certainty, the subconscious starts aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that truth. At this point, you might be thinking, "This sounds too easy to be true." But here's where the magic happens. The more you repeat the affirmation with emotional intensity, the more you engage your subconscious mind. And when your subconscious mind is on board, that's when the real changes begin to take place. This is when the universe begins to rearrange itself in your favor. Jacobo Grimberg's research into the nature of consciousness suggests that the mind interacts with a vast field of information. He believed that the world we experience is not fixed, but rather a fluid construct that can be influenced by the mind. When you consciously direct your thoughts and emotions toward wealth, you create a frequency that aligns you with the opportunities and circumstances that bring prosperity. The process of repetition is powerful because it works directly with the subconscious mind, which is the part of your mind that governs 95% of your behavior. This means that most of what you do, think, and feel on a daily basis is controlled by your subconscious beliefs and programming. By repeating your affirmation over and over, you are actively reprogramming the subconscious to accept a new truth. that wealth and abundance are your natural state. You may be asking yourself, how long does this take to work? The answer varies from person to person. Some people start to notice small changes within a few days, while others may take a bit longer. Remember, this is not about quick fixes or instant gratification. This is about creating lasting change in your life. The key is consistency. Just like an athlete who practices their craft every day to improve, you must repeat your affirmation daily for 7 consecutive nights to reprogram your mind. Each repetition strengthens the neural pathways associated with your new belief. Over time, these pathways become stronger, and your new belief about money becomes embedded in your subconscious mind. By the end of the 7 days, your mind will begin to shift. You may start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles, and your mindset will naturally begin to attract wealth. This shift in perception is crucial because your beliefs about money directly influence the actions you take, the decisions you make, and the opportunities you allow into your life. When you complete the 7 days of repeating your affirmation 100 times, stop and take a moment to reflect. You don't need to force the change or try to make something happen. Just let go and trust that the process is working. Jacobo Grimberg emphasized that the mind can sometimes interfere with the flow of abundance when we try to force things. The key is to let go of the need for immediate results and allow the changes to happen naturally. During this process, you may experience some doubts or skepticism. That's perfectly normal. When you challenge your beliefs and step into a new mental framework, it can feel uncomfortable. But remember, doubt is just a sign that you're pushing against old patterns that no longer serve you. Trust the process, stay committed, and know that these changes are happening beneath the surface, even if you can't see them right away. As you continue to repeat your affirmation and integrate it into your daily life, something remarkable begins to happen. The universe starts to respond. Opportunities will present themselves, and your intuition will sharpen. You may find yourself in the right place at the right time, or suddenly gain the clarity you need to take action. These are signs that your mind is becoming more aligned with the abundance that is already all around you. It's not about waiting for things to magically fall into place. It's about taking inspired action when the opportunities arise. Jacobo Grimberg's research showed that the mind doesn't just passively receive information, it actively participates in shaping reality. When your mind aligns with wealth, you naturally take actions that lead you toward financial success. So, what happens after you complete the 7 nights of repetition? The key is to keep going. While the 7-day process is a powerful starting point, you can continue to repeat your affirmation as long as you feel called to do so. The more you repeat it, the more deeply ingrained it becomes in your subconscious mind, and the more powerful the results will be. Remember, this is not a one-time exercise. Repetition is a lifelong practice. Every time you repeat your affirmation, you're reinforcing your belief in your ability to attract wealth and abundance. This continuous reprogramming of your mind leads to lasting change, and the more you repeat your affirmation, the more effortless it will become. By now, you should be beginning to notice changes. Maybe small at first, but these shifts are just the beginning of the process. The subconscious mind works slowly but surely, and once you've activated these new neural pathways, the changes in your reality are inevitable. You may even notice that your relationship with money begins to transform, and you start seeing wealth in a new light. This is not just wishful thinking, it's a fundamental shift in your inner world that will soon begin to mirror your external world. In the world of psychology, this concept is known as cognitive restructuring. Essentially, this means that you are rewiring your brain to replace old, limiting beliefs with empowering ones. The more you repeat your affirmation, the more it becomes ingrained in your subconscious. Over time, this new belief system shapes your actions, your decisions, and ultimately, the reality you experience. This is where the magic happens. Once your subconscious mind accepts a new belief, such as, "I am a magnet for wealth," your actions will naturally begin to align with this new belief. This alignment will attract opportunities, new ideas, and even unexpected circumstances that are in harmony with your affirmation. These might be things you never would have expected, like an unexpected business opportunity, an investment that pays off, or a new job offer that significantly boosts your income. But what about the times when doubt creeps in? We all experience moments of doubt. Maybe you feel like you've been doing the repetitions, but nothing is happening yet. It's important to understand that this is a normal part of the process. The subconscious mind takes time to reprogram, and the change happens beneath the surface before it manifests in your physical world. It's not about seeing immediate results. It's about trusting that your mind is at work and the results will follow when the time is right. Jacobo Grimberg often talked about the idea that the mind, when aligned with a new truth, starts to affect not only your inner world, but also the outer world. When you let go of the need to see results immediately and trust the process, you give space for the universe to begin rearranging things in your favor. That's when the real magic happens, when you trust the process and let go of the need for control. This is an important part of the practice, letting go. After your 7 days of repeating your affirmation, don't obsess over it. Don't check every second for results. Just trust that things are shifting. It's a paradox, isn't it? You're working hard to shift your internal world, but the external results come when you stop trying so hard to make them happen. When you let go and trust that your mind is already creating the reality you desire, you make space for that reality to come to you. This concept of letting go is echoed in the teachings of Neville Goddard, who argued that the key to manifestation is not just repetition, but the emotional involvement and the act of surrendering to the process. By surrendering, you release resistance and allow the universe to work in ways that you may not fully understand. This is an important lesson when it comes to manifesting wealth. The more you try to control every little detail, the more you block the flow of abundance. But when you trust, when you let go, the abundance finds its way to you. And you might be wondering, what about if I have doubts? That's perfectly okay. Doubts are natural, especially when you're trying something new. But the key here is persistence. Repeating your affirmation for 7 days straight is about more than just repetition. It's about conditioning your mind to replace old, limiting beliefs with new ones. As you repeat, those doubts will slowly fade, replaced by unwavering belief in your new reality. Now, if you're still not seeing results after the first week, don't get discouraged. Keep going. The process of reprogramming your mind isn't a race, and some changes take longer to manifest than others. As Jacobo Grimberg's research suggests, the mind can take time to adjust to new patterns. The key is to continue. The results will come. Trust the process and let go of your doubts. The beauty of this practice is that it's simple, yet incredibly powerful. You don't need any special tools, techniques, or rituals to make it work. All you need is your voice, your affirmation, and your unwavering belief. As you repeat your affirmation each day, you are changing your mind, reprogramming your subconscious, and setting yourself on a path to financial abundance. After completing your 7 days of repetition, take a moment to reflect. Look at the changes that have happened, no matter how small they might seem. Your perception of money is likely beginning to shift, and you may start to notice signs of wealth and abundance showing up in your life. These signs might not be grand at first, but they are a reflection of the new mental state you've created. These signs are important. They're proof that your subconscious mind is starting to align with the frequency of wealth. Your thoughts and feelings are now beginning to attract the opportunities, circumstances, and people that will bring you closer to your financial goals. And this is just the beginning. Once you've completed your 7 days, you can continue the practice for as long as you feel guided to. Repeating your affirmation even after the 7 days will only reinforce the new belief and strengthen the neural pathways in your mind. The more you repeat it, the more it becomes a part of who you are. And as you become more aligned with the vibration of abundance, your external world will begin to reflect that alignment. As you continue with this practice, you may start to notice something amazing. The universe will begin to show you opportunities, connections, and circumstances that you might have overlooked before. These signs can appear in many forms: an unexpected windfall, an opportunity that comes seemingly out of nowhere, or perhaps even the right people crossing your path at exactly the right time. These aren't just coincidences, they're your thoughts and beliefs manifesting into your physical world. This process isn't about waiting for things to happen. It's about understanding that when you truly believe in something, when you fully embrace the idea that you deserve wealth, it will find a way to make its way to you. You will start to take action from a place of confidence, seeing every opportunity as a step closer to your financial goals. But don't expect the results to be instant. Remember, this is a process, not a quick fix. The more you repeat your affirmation, the more it becomes a part of your identity. Over time, you'll notice that you no longer question your ability to manifest wealth. Instead, it will become your reality, and you will start to experience an abundance of opportunities and financial blessings. Jacobo Grimberg's work showed that the subconscious mind has an incredible ability to create the reality we live in. When you program your mind to believe that wealth is your natural state, your mind begins to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with that belief. Your actions will shift, and opportunities will appear. It's like tuning a radio. Once your mind is tuned to the frequency of wealth, everything around you starts to align with that frequency. As Neville Goddard taught, the key to manifesting is in believing that what you desire is already yours. You don't need to see the results immediately. The process of believing and repeating an affirmation with emotion is the key to triggering the transformation. It's the belief that everything you want is already on its way to you. And once you truly believe it, the external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to reflect that belief. You see, the affirmation you're repeating is not just a statement of desire, it's a declaration of faith in yourself and the process. It's a declaration that you are worthy of wealth, and it's a signal to the universe that you're ready to receive it. Every time you say the affirmation with conviction, you're creating the foundation for the abundance that's coming your way. But the process doesn't end after 7 days. Once you've completed the first week, you can continue to repeat your affirmation as often as you like. You'll find that as you continue, the affirmation becomes a natural part of your daily life. It becomes less of a conscious effort and more of an automatic thought pattern. And as it becomes automatic, your belief in abundance grows stronger, and the opportunities you attract become even more abundant. But here's the real secret. Once you fully internalized the belief that wealth is your natural state, you no longer have to wait for opportunities to find you. You will begin to see them everywhere. You'll notice new business ideas, investment opportunities, and ways to increase your income that you would have never seen before. Your mind will be trained to see the opportunities that align with your new belief system. And the more opportunities you notice, the more you'll be able to act on them. This is how you manifest wealth in your life. It's not just about wishing for money, it's about aligning your mind with the vibration of wealth and taking inspired action when the opportunities present themselves. By repeating your affirmation 100 times each night, you are creating the mental foundation for lasting change. You are actively reprogramming your mind to believe that wealth is not just possible, but inevitable. And once you believe that, the universe has no choice but to deliver. I want to thank you for watching and for trusting this process. Whether you're just starting or already feeling the shift in your life, remember, this is just the beginning. Keep repeating those affirmations, stay committed, and watch as your reality transforms. I'd love to hear how this practice is working for you. Please take a moment to share your experience in the comments below. Your success could inspire others to take action as well. If you found this video helpful and want more tips on manifesting your dream life, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. You'll be the first to know when new techniques and powerful strategies are shared. And most importantly, remember, keep believing in yourself, keep taking action, and know that the universe is always working in your favor.